This lesson we're going to talk about the two swimming styles that will be used in moving water. One is a defensive style, which is feet downstream, and the other is an aggressive swimming style, which is leading with your head, i.e. I want to get into the side or I want to move towards something, so I'm going to go onto my front and I'm going to make that happen.
So here's Matt demonstrating swimming defensively down a river. Feet first and on his back. He's using his arms to back paddle and control his position and speed on the river. But key point here is that his feet and legs are up on the surface to avoid entrapment. Once Matt spots the eddy that he wants to try and get into, he can roll into an aggressive style. So onto his stomach, front crawl and powering into the eddy to get out of the flow. Still ensuring his feet are up and not going for the bottom until he's right in the shallows and out of the main flow.
I'm going to do a bit of scaremongering here and talk about foot entrapments, because a foot entrapment in moving water is quite possibly the ugliest thing that you'll come across. So avoiding these is much, much better than having to deal with them. So a defensive swimming style is feet upstream, up to the surface, and pelvis up to the surface. And that way, if you're moving downstream, if there is anything there, you can push off of it to avoid it being a problem. And if my feet are up to the surface, I'm not going to get them stuck. The downside with that swimming style is I'm likely to go quite away. So if it is through technical water, I'll go into that defensive position, that defensive style. As soon as it eases and I can get to the side, I'm going to roll onto my front and go into a big front crawl so that I can get to the side quickly. Okay, so I've come out of my boat and I'm now in a defensive swimming position. So my feet are up to the surface and downstream, my pelvis is up too. I want to get to the bank now, so I'm going to roll onto my front and swim in. And I'm not going to put my feet down until I'm right over to the bank and in the shallows. So these two styles of swimming are something to be relied on and encouraged if you see somebody in the water, because they are key skills in moving water. Get them practiced. If you can find a simple stretch of moving water, it's nice and deep, there's no hazards on it, have a go at both those swimming styles. Have a go at floating defensively and see how that feels. How does it feel to move around? Have a go at moving into an aggressive style and getting into the side, so that you've got the pros and cons of them. Feet downstream, hips up. Now we're going to go aggressive. There we go. So my aggressive swim and the defensive both have my feet up off the bottom, so they're not going to get stuck. And the important thing there is rolling over and swimming in when you feel it's safe to.